Hi everyone, welcome back to my next video. Today we're going to meet Linda, who is in a really nice setup, just the vehicle she started with, and I think it's kind of unique and it might offer some of you some good ideas about what you can do with the vehicle you're in. So welcome Linda, glad you're here.
Thank you.
And you're pretty new to the road.
Yes.
How long have you been on the road?
I retired January 2nd, came to Arizona to the RTR, WRTR, and then COVID hit. So I've been off and on the road since then.
Just almost a year.
Almost.
Yeah. And so you're in a nice SUV. And what kind of a vehicle is it?
It's a Hyundai Santa Fe Sport.
Mm-hmm. And you're towing a trailer, which is a bit unusual.
Yes, a small trailer.
So why are you living in your SUV?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Actually, it started several years ago, a desire to go tiny. Jay Schaefer came out with the tumbleweed houses many years ago, and that sparked my interest about going tiny. And years went by and I watched and I looked, and then I rolled across your YouTube channel, and that changed my concept of what I wanted to do. And I started looking. I left with my rig, just the car, and was out for several months. I told you earlier, I went to the RTR, and then I went back to Reno Tahoe and stayed with my son for a couple months. It was, the COVID, we just didn't know what was going on.
Right.
Right. And then I went back to Winslow to try it again, and the place where I was staying, they shut it down and locked. It was on BLM land, 14-day stay, but they came and said that we couldn't. It was a county-ran park, I guess that's what it was. So I had to go back to Reno Tahoe. And on the way back, I ran through Dewey, Arizona, and they had this, I just happened to see it. It was tucked back behind several bigger models. And I said, I bet my car can tow that if I don't have a lot of cargo in it. And it turns out I was right. It's worked out well.
So how big is the trailer?
4 feet wide and 72 long.
So just 6 foot long.
6. Okay, I was thinking of.
So you could sleep inside it.
I could, but I have too much stuff. I brought too much stuff.
Yeah.
Even in my car, I brought too much stuff. It was loaded.
And so you're using it to tow cargo.
Yes.
Right. Yes. And it allows you to make a really nice camp.
Yes, it does.
Which
very
is
comfortable.
Very comfortable. Yeah, really, really pleasant. So you're basically living out of the car.
Yes. And it allows me to tie the shade to the trailer and the car. And then that gives me a little outdoor living room / dining area. It's nice. And
the Hyundai tows it pretty well?
Yes. No problems so far. No overheating, no up and down transmission in the gears. It's fine.
Great. So, yeah.
I know it won't be forever, but I'm looking to buy a different rig. But,
get something a little bigger and stronger.
Yes.
Right. But it's what you had.
Right.
So you started with it.
And I don't want to, I know it sounds silly, but I don't want to buy the wrong thing, so I'm taking my time.
That sounds very wise to me, not silly at all. It's almost kind of routine for a person to start out with an experiment, to try it, and then move up or sometimes down. Some people move down.
But full-time, I would say just a couple of months in this, because I told you I went to Reno and helped my son do a remodel on his house. So that took a couple months. And then back again for another month or so. And that's when the two nomads put out the invitation for someone and I couldn't type fast enough to respond to that. So I met them along the way.
My friend Cliff is such a wonderful guy.
Yes, he is.
And he put out a notice that he takes people in, kind of
Right.
mentor, mentee.
Right.
And so you've been traveling with Cliff for how long now?
Since July.
July, quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
And that is just such an ideal thing.
Yes.
It helps you get your feet under you.
Yes.
Now, that's why we started the caravans at Homes on Wheels Alliance,
Yes,
but
I was
they're not
thinking.
running.
Yes, that was my
Yeah,
intention.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, next summer we can get back to normal and
Yes.
start running them again.
That would be wonderful.
But so this says you've been very comfortable in your SUV and the trailer.
Yes, a couple of nights last week it was pretty chilly,
Well, very cold.
but I just pulled out the comforters and I had to turn the car on and heat it up just once or twice, and that seems to be fine.
Right.
And put my socks on, and I'm good.
And are you running solar?
I have a solar panel. I bought one from Santan Solar not too long ago, but it's stored in the trailer. I've thought about mounting it on top of the trailer. That was my initial plan, but if I get the rig I want, I might do something different. But it's stored in the trailer right now.
What are you thinking of upgrading to?
4-wheel drive pickup truck.
Oh yeah, that's my dream too.
I saw one of your videos and I thought, oh, that's an idea. And I want to go back. Like I would love to go back there one day.
Yes.
Something like that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so that's exactly what I'm thinking with a 4-wheel drive pickup too. Would you keep the trailer then? I would.
Okay. I'm thinking about it, and my son says it's not a good idea, but I would like to get a small type motorcycle and put in there if I had a camper on the back of my truck of some kind.
Right.
Who knows? But he said, Mom, you need a 4-wheeler, not a 2-wheeler. But
well, it's what you want that matters.
That's right.
So you've ridden motorcycles.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, yeah. They'll really get you back.
Mm-hmm.
Little two-stroke, not two-stroke, but dual-purpose motorcycle.
Right.
That's just really, I think, ideal.
Mm-hmm. Nothing too big because I am getting older. I don't want too much power, but that would be. And I could still put other things in with the bike, pack things around it.
Absolutely.
But with you did a video on a little camper. I think it was a Bel Air brand or something like that. So that really piqued my interest.
Yes. You could probably stand in one of the really tall ones.
Right.
And that would be great. Give you a lot of room inside and a lot of your storage.
And then pull something. Even an electric bike or who knows, something that would be fun. That'd get me out and about.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great combination. Would work really well. So you're supporting yourself on your retirement.
Yes. I sold my house too. So
that's
that
nice.
was great.
Yeah. And so after, you've been doing it now for a while. And what do you think? Are you glad you did it?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The wind was tremendous not too long ago.
Yeah.
Several days back, and so I had to put everything in the trailer. And I was in town when the wind started, and I came back, and the mat was gone, and so that I had thoughts about that, and I think that gave me more confirmation that I need that truck and a camper I can stand in.
Yes.
To not have to worry about being outside. And the car it's small to be in there all the time. So thankfully the wind didn't last too much. And I couldn't get to the kitchen because it was packed in the trailer.
Right. Having something you can be comfortably in the bad weather is very important.
Very important.
And that's why, for the most part, I recommend minivans because you can be inside.
Yes.
And it's about the smallest vehicle most of us, the average person, can be in for a week at a time in bad weather.
And that was a real option for me but I can't go back in the minivan in the backcountry. So
Exactly.
but it would be perfect if I
Yes.
didn't want to go into the mountains. So
Yeah, if you want to go in the mountains, I think the four-wheel drive pickup is
Mhm.
the answer.
Mhm.
I do.
But no, I have had no regrets about my decision or being uncomfortable. The car is very comfortable most of the time.
Yeah, right. It's
95% of the time,
right.
it's great.
Bad weather is the one
Right,
time.
right.
Is the one time that
That's
they
it.
don't work
Mhm.
very well for me, at any rate. They work
Right,
for some people, but
right,
they don't work for me very well then, and obviously not for you either.
right. Sue Ann
Right,
was such an inspiration,
right.
and I said, I won't have to buy anything, an RV to hit the road. She's in a Prius. I bet I can go in my car.
You bet.
So
Yes.
yeah,
And you found out you
I
can.
can.
Now she's an amazing minimalist. Most of us aren't.
Right.
The limited space inside a car is just, it's beyond me. I don't even kid myself. I couldn't
Mhm.
even begin to do it.
Mhm.
But your little trailer, boy, that makes it all
That is
the
yes.
difference.
Mhm.
Well, Linda, thank you so much for
Welcome.
sharing your life with us and your story.
Sure.
I really appreciate it. It's great. It's very inspiring, I think, for a lot of people. You can go with whatever you have.
Right. Absolutely. Unless I left with too much.
Yes, you and nearly everyone else. That's almost a
Yeah,
universal
right.
story. So,
But you're correct.
yeah,
I can go with what I have.
right. So folks, we're going to continue this now in a separate video where we take a look inside the vehicle, see exactly how she lives, and we'll look inside the trailer, what she's carrying, and what is too much and too little, and you're probably starting to get that figured out.
Yes.
And
Thankfully.
so I think you can learn a lot that way. So come back, right back. We'll put that out right behind this video and see the tour and of the rigs. Thank you again, Linda, for sharing your story with us.
Absolutely.
So if you got anything out of this video, like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll talk to you later. Bye now.